So, Orlando Magic season preview. Last year, they finished with a 21-51 record, which was good for 14th in the East, and it was really the season where they fully committed to the rebuild by trading away Nikola Vucevic, Evan Fournier, and Aaron Gordon. In the offseason, they drafted Jalen Suggs, who fell to them at the 5th pick, and they also had the 8th pick, and they drafted Franz Wagner. They added Robin Lopez and Etuan Moore and lost Otto Porter Jr. and Dwayne Bacon. So not a massive offseason, I say. The biggest part of it was the draft, and they did a lot of their business at the trade deadline, trading away those three guys. So if I look at a projected starting lineup, at point guard, Markelle Fultz. 2 seasons ago, he averaged 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. That was really his last healthy season. I think, at this point, the slashing and his playmaking are his two best abilities. His ability to get to the rim, and then he's obviously still a good passer, driving kicks, just finding the open guy, running the offense. I'd say that's sort of the future for him. In terms of the shooting, it hasn't been good, but at least he's willing to try it, so maybe there is some shooting potential in the future. But as for right now, I think, the slashing and the playmaking is probably going to be the main part of his game. Jalen Suggs, who they drafted at number 5, he's an athletic 6'4 guard. Some of his best abilities are passing and attacking the rim. He's a high IQ guy and, a great hustle. He's also a good on-ball defender and team defender. So, he projects to be a really good player. I'm not sure if he's a superstar, all-star MVP type player, but certainly a very good starter, and someone who I believe could contribute right away, though I don't think the Magic will be looking to win too many games this season. He can still improve as a shooter, and that's sort of a bit of an issue with a lot of this Magic team is they don't have a lot of shooting, and a lot of their young guys, are more athletic and more, going to the rim type of guys instead of floor spacers. At small forward, Chuma Okeke. Last year, he averaged 8 points and 4 rebounds, shot 35% from 3. He's a really good perimeter one-on-one defender, has a lot of potential there, and is already a good at that stuff. And he also has, potential shooting and potential handling the ball. I think for a young player, still pretty young, only 23, I think he has a lot of potential. I think he could be a good starter for the Magic in the future. And since they're rebuilding and very young, I think he'll start this season. At power forward, Jonathan Isaac averaged 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1.6 steals, and 2.3 blocks 2 seasons ago. Obviously got hurt in the bubble, didn't play last season. It'll be interesting to see how good he looks this season. His main attribute is defense. At 6'11", he can guard the perimeter, protect the rim, switch onto multiple positions. Great steal and block numbers. I think, he has really good defensive potential. And I think, this team overall, I think if they are going to be okay, I think defense is definitely the route to that. Offensively, I think the 3-point shooting needs to improve, obviously. But he's still young, hasn't played too much. I think still has a lot of potential to grow, and he's already a very good defender with even more defensive potential. Wendell Carter Jr. Last season with the Magic, he averaged 12 points and 9 rebounds. He's also a solid defensive big, protecting the rim, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think the Magic do have an actual, they have some good defensive talent. I think their bigger issue is going to be offensively trying to put the ball in the basket. As for Wendell, his offensive potential, he's taken a few jumpers, there's the rolling to the rim, that sort of thing. But I think, as for right now, his main value is probably defensively and just being, big and athletic. So we'll see if he can progress. We'll see how much opportunity they give him offensively because, he was taken pretty high up in the draft, and he does have some potential. Off the bench, the Magic have a lot of guards generally. Cole Anthony, last year he averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in his rookie year. He gives them a little bit of shot creation. He gives them a little bit of shooting. I think, he's one of their best perimeter players. And, that's something, with Fultz and Suggs and RJ Hampton, those guys are more guys who would like to attack the rim. And I think Cole Anthony, his shot creation, his ball handling, gives them something a little bit different. So we'll see if he can increase his scoring and increase his efficiency, because we do see a lot of players make a jump in their second season. RJ Hampton, who was acquired from the Nuggets in the Gordon trade, averaged 11 points and 5 rebounds with the Magic. He's a good rim attacker, very athletic, good perimeter defender. We'll see how he progresses. I think he has a lot of potential with, his abilities in transition, with his abilities attacking the rim, and with his athleticism. Gary Harris, who, it's easy to forget exists. He also came over in the Gordon trade. With the Magic, he averaged 10 points on 36% from 3. I think he has always been a good defender. The biggest thing is just his offense. He averaged like 17 points a game one year, but then his offense just fell off. So if he can get his 3-point shooting back and be a decent offensive player, he's a really good 3-and-D guy, still young. He is also on an expiring contract. So, at the trade deadline, if he's rebuilt his value through decent offense, the Magic could move him on for some assets. Terence Ross, one of the only veterans on this team, averaged about 15.5 points a game last year. He's their best shooter. I'd say that's one of his best abilities, is a microwave scorer off the bench, who does it through, off the ball and off the dribble 3-point shots. He's a movement shooter, and I think, they could trade him, because I could easily see a team wanting him off the bench, because he can space the floor and because he can come in and make a difference. So, we'll see if he gets traded or if he just sticks with the Magic and provides some floor spacing. Franz Wagner, who they drafted, he's a 6'9" power forward. He's a good passer. He's a good defender. He's really a solid all-around player. He has some shooting and ball handling potential, but I'd say right now he's probably, more of a non-shooter and more of a defender and, high IQ ball mover type of guy. We'll see how good he is. I think he has the ability to be, a really good glue guy who can, make the right pass and guard good players on the opposition team. And we'll see how he does in his rookie season. Then Mo Bamba. I feel like the Magic have sort of given up on him, as they didn't play him too much last year. He obviously still has potential just with his frame and athleticism, but I feel like it's never going to work for the Magic, and they should look to move him on. They also have Robin Lopez to play backup center, so yeah. Overall, I think this Magic team does have a few interesting players: Suggs, Hampton, Anthony, Okeke, who could be good in the future, but right now they're obviously in like the first year of a rebuild, so I don't expect them to be good. Combine that with the guys who are probably their best players and Fultz and Isaac coming back from injuries. I think, they could be okay defensively, which could lead to a few wins, but the Eastern Conference is a lot better this year, and I'd expect them to be, maybe the worst team in the league. And that might not be a bad thing. I feel like the Magic, they still need like one super talent to build around. So getting the number 1 pick and being bad this year, that might not be the worst thing in the world for the Magic, and that's sort of what I project. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. Leave a like. Subscribe to this channel for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys next time.